Warm greetings from Malaysia and welcome to Coffee with Estera, dear audience. It is with great pleasure and excitement that we welcome you to our inspiring episode of Coffee with Estera. Dear respected, precious audience and esteemed academician, we are privileged to bring you another brilliant personality, Dr. Masura Mahamed from Malaysia, for you today. Let me give you a short intro about her. Before that, I'll upload this visual. Yes, about her. Is it visible? Yeah. Okay. So you can see her on screen. So Dr. Mastura is a senior lecturer at Communication Department, Faculty of Modern Languages and Communication Research, researcher, Institute of Social Science Studies at University Putra, Malaysia. Okay, she's a very interesting person, very friendly person, and also at the same time, you'll be amazed to see what she can do. So through this Coffee with Estera, we will get to know her more today. Yeah. So before that, we will go back to our screen. Yes, how are you, Dr. Masura? Welcome to our session.
Thank you, Prophet Dr. Esther. I'm very honored to be your guest today. Thank you, everyone, for having a very warm welcome and introduction.
Yes, we are also very honored and privileged to have you. And I'm so excited because I would like to know more about you. Your activity. This is a very casual, of course. It's not a very formal session. That's why we call it Coffee with Estera. So before we
Mm-hmm.
start, shall we have coffee, Dr. Mastura?
Yes.
Yeah,
This
come
is
have
a
coffee.
latte. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yours latte. Okay.
yeah,
Yes. So shall we start? Are you ready?
yes.
Yeah. So just to start with, how was your day today?
My day was a little bit long because of the long holidays in a few days' time.
Oh,
So the traffic was a little bit unkind, but nevertheless, I reached home safely. So it is still a very good day.
fantastic. So you are at you are in Selangor now. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's always in Malaysia. Whenever there's long holiday, I think we've been having like 3 weeks continuously long holiday
Yes.
from our
Holiday.
national day. And in Malaysia,
Malaysia Day.
dear audience, Malaysians go hysteria when it's long holiday. They must go somewhere. They must be out of their house and out of their town, most of them. And the traffic started yesterday, so
Yeah.
I can see how hectic it would be today for you. Yes. Okay. So we like to know something about you. Maybe you can give further introduction about you, Dr. Masura.
So I'm primarily an academician in UPM, but besides that, I do a lot of trainings, particularly corporate and media training.
Okay.
But one interesting thing that I do quite extensively is inclusive communication training. The
Uh-huh.
reason that I'm doing that because as a person with disability, I will basically elaborate that in a moment. I have
Yes.
a physical disability. So as a person with a physical disability, I found that there's a gap between the disabled community and the community at large or the society at large. So why I
Uh-huh.
initiate this inclusive communication training or inclusive communication advocacy is because I want to be the bridge between bridging the gap between the society at large as well as people with disabilities. I mean, if you are not familiar with a person or people with disabilities and who they are and what type of impairment that they have, you might find it challenging for you to communicate and establish connection with them. But once you know
Oh,
how, then it will be much easier.
Exactly, exactly. You got to understand something before you can appreciate it, right? So I
Yeah.
think by having you today, our audience are also going to know about, including myself, we will know more about inclusive communication and all. So they'll come to the questions later, and of course, your poster I did mention what else you do, right? You
Yeah, there's
also
a lot of things.
a lot of things. Yeah, can you share a few
Yeah.
more? Few more before we go further. Can you share a few more? What are other things you're involved?
So I am also the vice president of Gabungan Anak-Anak Palsi Cerebrum. So it is a, NGO dedicated
Uh,
for persons with cerebral palsy. That's my diagnosis. So
uh-huh.
usually persons with cerebral palsy, if you have read it in the internet or um, kind of see it somewhere, it is the most common childhood disability in the world, with
Oh,
about 17 million to 18 million people affected worldwide. So in
wow.
terms of its population, it has actually a very big population in terms of having a neurological congenital condition. Meaning to say that
Oh,
I have cerebral palsy since a very young age, since after I was born. So from that, actually, I have some challenges in my developmental milestone. For example, my walking, I only can walk when I was 6 or 7 years old. My writing and whatnot, but with God's grace, with Allah's grace, I am slowly but surely making my way into this world.
hmm. That's fantastic. Yes. Yeah, I tell you, I think since we are doing online and most of our audience are watching you online, they don't know, they don't know that you have some disability, but it is not a problem because
Yeah.
you have achieved a lot in your life, and also you are leading people, you see, in lives. So that is wonderful. How many people who don't have this sort of problem are being uh, a blessing to others. Majority people are not. They are very selfish. Majority people are very selfish. They only care for themselves, their family, and what they need. Other than that, they don't care about others. But I see that you are very caring, Dr. Masura, and you are also involved in other activities. We will share about your upcoming program in October. Yeah. So
Yes.
shall we share about that first before we forget about it? Okay. I know the thing. You may just share with our audience about it. Yeah, briefly. Yeah.
Okay, so every year on the 6th of October, we will celebrate World Cerebral Palsy Day. So for this year, we are
Uh-huh.
actually celebrating it on October 5th, since it is a Sunday, so that it is
Mm.
easier for everyone to congregate and celebrate. So why
Yeah.
we are organizing this particular event is because we want to showcase the um, cerebral palsy community and their abilities. So
Okay.
GAPS here, or Gabungan Anak-Anak Palsi Cerebrums here, we have our own academy that we call GRADE. So we combine academic syllabus from Cambridge with therapy sessions, because if you have cerebral palsy, you have to kind of go for physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy.
Oh,
So what we do at GAPS is actually combining those with um, academic intervention. And what we do is basically based on the students' progress. We didn't actually force them based on their age. So
mm.
they will progress based on their intellectual ability. So sometimes, let's say for example, one student may move a grade faster than the other students. So we
Uh-huh.
are actually catering them based on their progress, both in academics as well as doing their therapies.
Okay. That's really wonderful. Yeah, it's yes, thank you for sharing that. And how about we have two posters, right? We have two
Yeah.
posters about this. This is the second one where you have to buy the table. So if you buy, if say our audience buy the table now, so they can attend it on fifth. Is it? Are you having at the
Yeah.
same time 1 to
Yes.
5?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
I will be at the event basically, and
Uh-huh.
I will be actually working at the event.
Uh-huh.
Not only attending the event but also helping coordinate the event as well. So
Wow, wow, wow.
that is basically my job every year, to coordinate things as well as to make sure that we have media coverage, because my area of expertise is the media and communication, right? So they rely, yeah, they rely a lot on media coverage, so I will be helping that as well.
Wow, really, you are such an inspiration, Dr. Mastura. I really admire you. I really admire your ability to handle so many things and your generosity in even contributing back to the society. Yeah, thank you so much. And I think our audience would have benefited from this information, and we are looking forward support from our audience, especially Malaysians. Yeah, so please make yourself free to attend, and you can always reach Dr. Mastura on my. You can also send messenger to me. I will forward it to Dr. Mastura. Okay,
And
thank you so
and then
much.
let's say
Yeah,
for
please.
example, yeah, and let's say for example, you cannot attend the event, but you want to still contribute to the event. You can actually sponsor a family who has CP child to actually attend, because
Oh.
because like there are some requests from some individuals that would like to actually buy a seat or buy a table, but they're not sure if they are coming or not. So you can also sponsor CP families from B40 families that
Uh-huh.
can attend that, because for B40 families, 300 ringgit is not cheap, right? So
Yes, yes.
if you are not attending but you intend to donate and to contribute to that seating, you are more than welcome to do so. And
Oh,
you
that's
will get then you will get tax exemption also for
ah,
Malaysian
that's the best.
residents. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth contributing. You also get a tax exemption for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Okay, so we'll now continue. Continue with. I will start asking some question also. Is
Okay.
just can you share about your childhood? How did you started your childhood? What was your challenges? How you managed to overcome certain problems?
Okay, my childhood was definitely. Thank you for the question. I think it
Uh,
is important to note that my childhood is typical but not typical. Okay,
okay, let
what
us
I'm
let us.
trying what I'm trying to say is hospital has been my second home since I was born because of this
Oh,
diagnosis.
uh-huh,
Um, I have been in therapy sessions, physical therapy, OT sessions, as well as speech session and hydro session since I was before 1 years old until today. So the therapy still continues until today, but it now is function as a maintenance component rather than you want to actually gain function. So basically,
uh-huh,
the aim of the therapist currently is mainly for maintenance purposes. So because the hospital was my second home for a very very long time, I didn't have some sort of a normal childhood because basically, um, my mom especially has to leave my younger siblings at home a lot,
uh,
so she can accompany me to the hospital.
yeah,
So going through that, and most of the weekends, everyone, like most families or children would actually enjoy, let's say for example, movies or whatnot. Like every weekends we still actually go for alternative therapies. Let's say for example, if you are a Malaysian, you are or if you are an Asian family, you know that walking on the beach and grounding activities are important for their neurodevelopment stage. So
yes,
the family does was actually go to parks, go to places that have grass or have um, beach sand to
mm,
actually try to make me a little bit more sensitive of the kinesthetic or the touch when, because it will help me develop
Mm.
my walking at the time. So
Uh-huh.
the effort to actually make me walk has been continuous for at least 7 years. So there are a lot of the things that my mom and my family and I actually tried to actually escapate the process, or speed the process up, so that I for her it is very important for me to walk before 7 years old, because she knows that in Malaysian schools they don't have enough support for people who is not
Yes.
mobile, not being
Yeah,
able to move.
especially yeah, disabled children. Although we have, but it's not that not so supportive. Yes,
Hmm.
and it's very expensive as well. You know.
Mm. I
So
mean, I'm
true.
talking here about when it was in the 90s, early 80s, late
Uh-huh.
80s. So there's not much
Not very
option
important.
compared to now. Yeah. So,
Yes, yes.
um, so there's a lot of challenges as well, because
No
I'm the
challenge.
only disabled person in my school. So it
Ah,
is, yes, it is quite challenging to convince everybody that I can actually learn like other kids.
but you did
Despite,
it. You did it. I tell you, I have to congratulate both your parents for their perseverance in bringing you up, you know, and their support for you. Without their support, definitely, you know, you would have collapsed very much earlier. I
yeah,
really
yeah,
admire you. I really admire. I've met you in person, so I know you are an inspiration for me. I have so many guests, you know, online, offline. You know, I'm meeting a lot of people, but if you ask me, as Malaysians, I'm so blessed to meet you, and I always, you know, ever since I met you, I always think about you. I said, you know, uh, she is doing so well. She's such an inspiration. You know, her disability is not a, yes, I know it's not easy to be one. Definitely it's not easy. But a lot of people out there grumbling. They're okay, they can walk well, they can do everything well, yet they are not satisfied with life. Sometimes I'm also guilty for that. You know, I'm also guilty. You know, I'm not telling that I am not, but of course I'm a different species because of what I do, what I went through also. I, you know, everybody have their part of challenges, but
of
what you
course.
went through I just can't imagine. And now, even now, you know, not everybody will treat us well.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, people are vision orientated. They believe what they see. They don't believe they don't believe in getting to know the person, appreciating a person as they are. You see, the world now has changed, so it is also another great challenge for even normal people. No, I'm not trying to say you are not normal. You are perfectly good. You are fantastic. You are so pretty. You are so capable. Doctor, what did you do? Masters. Uh, your masters in your masters in what subject?
So I did my degree in public relations, still in mass communication. But then until I entered the workforce, I found that journalism is more into my forte, in a sense that when I work as a stringer and as a freelancer, the journalism community accepts me a little bit better. So when I have more journalistic experiences, I decided to enroll in journalism. So I did my master's in journalism and communication, but I
Uh-huh.
did it in Sydney, Australia, University of New South Wales. And
Oh,
then
that's
from there, yes,
nice. That's
yes.
wonderful. Congratulations. So, how long was that your course for journalism? How many years?
It's just for 1 year, but this 1 year has been a transformative year of my life, because
Wow.
before I went to Australia, I am a type of person, I'm very much like I am on the survival mode all the time, and it
Ah,
is thinking that I have to do better, I have to do everything myself, I have to prove to people. That is what my mindset for before I went to Australia. But then
uh-huh.
when I arrived there, I see that uh, the society are more accepting for people with disabilities, they are more
Yes.
helpful. So I am more open to actually have an open conversation with them. Before in Malaysia, I rarely had any, not much a conversation discussing about how others can help a disabled person. But
Yes.
when I was there in Australia, I found that, oh, they don't actually consider PWDs weird, or PWDs are this or that. They were like,
Ah,
okay, how can I help you, kind of thing, So it
ah,
is somewhat of a different way of how they basically open up to people with disabilities. So when I come back to Malaysia, I wanted to do the same. So that's why, or that's where I start becoming an advocate, as well as providing such training and awareness programs, so that I can bridge um, or being the connector between the disabled community and the non-disabled. So that is where I got the inspiration from. Even though it's just 1 year, the difference that I saw, the difference that I've experienced, made me who I am, I think. Besides, the support of my family
yes,
and
you feel
friends
needed.
and
You feel
people.
needed. You feel appreciated. You feel
Yes,
that
yes,
you're okay. You're okay with whatever you are.
yes,
You're okay. Yeah, that should be the way. Thank God that you have the opportunity to go there. You see,
yes,
it's really it helps you a lot. So I
yeah.
think yeah, I think you should promote what you learn, your experiences here, because Malaysians will need it much. What more with the people nowadays? As I told you just now, people nowadays they only care about themselves. Okay, so I think we have to create more awareness of people that even sometimes they when they look at another person who are darker skin, they also laugh at them.
Mm-hmm,
They also
mm-hmm,
laugh at them. This is all very low mentality. You see, you just put the other way around. If people
mm-hmm,
laugh at you, how? If I am in your position, can I achieve like what you have done? Maybe not. Maybe not. There are so many people who are physically perfect, good, but they cannot achieve anything in life. They are just nominal people. They just live life like just a nominal life, nothing great about their life. But you have achieved so much. You have achieved so much, and you're also serving the community. And wow, that's really a wow, really. I really, that's why I say you are an inspiration. I just wish that you will continue doing what you do, and uh, to keep yourself happy first. Yeah, because I'm very
I,
sure when you serve people, you know, because I've been doing this from 17 years old. I thank God for the opportunity. When you serve people, you do what you are able, you feel happy, right? Yeah.
yes,
Thank
indeed,
you.
indeed.
I'm looking forward to meet up with you on the 5th for the event. Yeah. So okay, doctor. So okay, what was your favorite subject in school?
My
Maybe in
favorite
primary
subject
or
in
high
school,
school?
the favorite one is literature. Actually, I love literature.
Ah,
I really really love literature. And the least favorite would be at maths, or number related. So I'm a little bit like a little bit there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
But do you think it's connected to your problem? Yeah,
yes,
if you don't
I
really
do
like, yeah,
feel, yes,
yeah, I
I
think
do
because of
feel that
that.
I do have this calcula. I mean, I think based on what I have learned in the past, this calcula is the difficulty to grasp numbers effectively. So
Uh huh.
meaning you can't, m- maybe basic math, let's say for example, if I want to add, or if I want to subtract, multiply, I can do that. But if there's a complexity in that formulation, let's say for example in Malaysia we have
Analytical. Yeah,
additional mathematics, like in Malaysia we
yeah.
actually use that. I am very bad at that. I mean,
Oh,
like very basic mathematics I can actually do, but when it
huh.
become complex, it's become very difficult. But then I do feel like after, because as an advocate, right, I have to self educate myself whether I have to understand my own diagnosis. So when I read research papers, when I saw many doctors for second opinion, maybe that particular condition happened because of I have cerebral palsy as well. But like I
Yes, yes.
said, it didn't stop me from learning, even though I don't like additional mathematics. But I still use mathematics in my daily life, so I have to improve my skills, of course. But if you
Wow.
ask me, the best subject that I absolutely love would be literature. Literature,
Yeah.
both Malay and English. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, kesastraan, kesusastraan.
Quran,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's good. That's amazing, doctor. Doctor, actually, if you don't have this problem, I think you would be able to do your admits very well. I'm very sure because you can do it. You have done your masters in the other subjects, so it doesn't mean that you cannot. But it doesn't matter. You are an achiever. You have achieved. You are a good example for everyone. You're a role model for not only people like you, for everyone, especially for everyone who are okay physically. They are okay. They should take you as a role model. Great. So interesting as well. So, as you have mentioned that, at work, what is your area of expertise at work?
Okay, so for
It's a
now,
little brief.
the main area is journalism, because
Ah,
I mainly teach journalism subject, and basically I do hands-on training on how to write news articles, how to actually edit them, how to
ah,
actually write them in different formats, because a lot of people didn't know that actually news writing has different formats and different styles if you are actually
yes,
writing in different mediums. So I actually emphasize that in my teachings in my classes, as well as other media related subject related to soft skills, because there are also some of my subjects that require soft skills development, like public oration. So I'm involved in that as well, because I do not know, maybe public relations come rather naturally because I was one of the debaters in school, maybe. I don't know. But so
that's
yeah.
nice. Okay. Oh, journalism. Okay, journalism. Do you think that if you take up these subjects, in
Mhm.
your universities and all, do you think that there's a lot of opportunity in Malaysia for the students
I'm
who want to
I
take up
mean,
journalism?
yes, yes, I do. I do. I mean, if you wanted to know more, my research is about citizen journalism, meaning to say that citizens that actually apply journalistics principle to write on behalf of their community. Let's say, for example, my informant for my PhD is one of them coming from rural Sabah, Sarawak. And there
Uh-huh.
are also a few of them from the Orang Asli community. So they bring their people stories to the front. So they
Mhm.
actually write and use journalistic principles to share the news regarding their community. What are their concerns? What are why they are exactly writing this? To first comes to the blogs, and then
Yeah.
it comes to the mainstream media. When it builds momentum, it for sure can be penetrated to the mainstream media. Like many of my informants, a lot of their articles and a lot of their videos actually being pitched into mainstream media and being streamed into televisions and being informed through radios, and basically they can see the evolution of how normal citizens like you and I can actually influence how news are being
Disseminate.
disseminated. So yeah, so it's a little bit different now with the social media and whatnot, meaning to say that even the traditional media will actually adopt and adapt the news that has been told by communities to be adapted into the mainstream. So
Uh-huh.
it is interesting to see the media landscape nowadays. But
Oh, okay.
as
Especially
yeah,
with the
but
AI, with the
no,
how much
how much?
are you all applying using AI?
Oh, for journalism, I mean, at least in Malaysian context, the use of AI is rather still very limited. But if you see, even large media houses like Reuters or
Uh,
AFP, they have a unit that actually writes certain parts or certain segments of the articles using AI, but it is monitored by humans. So it is not 100% copy pasted from AI. So it has to
Ah,
be mediated by a person.
very minimal plagiarism
Yes,
involved in
yes.
media. That's
Uh,
good. That's good. But often, often nowadays we see Malaysians. They always complain that the news which is out released on social media and all that is not really through a lot of fake news and all that. So, what would you like to say about it?
you have to actually seek your news from the trusted source, because right now the media itself cannot control what is out there. So you have
Hmm.
to be your own gatekeeper, your own filter to always seek news from the authority media. I mean, it's not wrong to actually read from portals, but you have to make sure whether the portals, the media portals, or the online portals that we have now, the social
Yeah.
media pages that we have now, whether they are authentic or not. Because sometimes they just want to actually build up traffic without actually checking whether the information that they actually posting are right or not.
Yes, exactly, exactly. That's interesting journalism. Wow. So I think our audience, most of them who are parents and students, they could also get some idea today from your sharing, and this is also another area which they can look into, because everybody want to become lawyers, doctors, and we have too many lawyers in Malaysia as well. So, but doctors, yes, we need, because we have brain drain to Singapore, right?
Yes, yes.
More doctors and nurses. As far as I know, nurses being imported to come here and work, being brought in. They brought in. They bring in many nurses from India, from Indonesia. Uh, to Malaysia. So I think we have to look into these areas as well, so that we'll be self-sufficient when it come to workforce. Yeah, thank you, doctor, for the nice sharing. And when the okay, can you share with us a bit about inclusive communication? What is inclusive communication?
So inclusive communication is a term where we ensure that the communication efforts are making sure that everyone feels included, regardless
Okay.
of their ability, regardless of their distance, regardless of their location. It should be included to all. Let's say, for
Uh-huh.
example, some
Yeah.
people think that captions are just captions. Let's say, for example, some people think captions are just captions scrolling down your screen, right? But
Ah,
captions can actually help those who can't really hear, because you cannot
yeah.
hear, so you can see the captions and basically understand what is going on. The
Correct.
dialogue has been actually shared on screen. So the captions actually have more functions than just for the people that has complete eyesight or complete hearing or complete. So it can also help others that don't have these privileges, right?
Ah, yes,
And
yes.
secondly, let's say for example, inclusive communication. Let's say for example, if you see in your Microsoft Office, right?
Yeah.
You actually open your Microsoft Office at the moment, you can
Ah,
see the item for accessibility. So when you actually log into your Microsoft softwares, for example, when you
mhm.
click accessibility, Microsoft will actually advise you how to make your materials more accessible. Let's say, for example, by making the fonts way larger for people who have visual impairment, or to
Uh-huh.
use the read out loud function. Do you know that your Microsoft of software and apps do have read out loud function? Meaning to say, if you type something, let's say for example, you type "I like a ball" and you actually press the read out loud function, then Microsoft Word will read it out loud to you. I like a ball. Save it.
Ah,
So
yeah, yeah.
all those tools are available to make communications more inclusive, because
Mhm.
communications are more than just your spoken words, right?
Yes.
The the communication effort are more than your spoken words. It can
Yes.
be done by non-verbally, or even looking at describe description of images, etc. So in terms of making sure that everyone is included, so everyone in our society should be exposed to these tools and technologies that can help. Let's say, for example, you want to help a student who is or who have vision impairment. So one way to help them is, one, you can be the reader to that particular person, or you can ask that person to actually switch on the read out loud function so that he or she can actually use Microsoft, for example, to actually read out loud the text. But
Mm.
besides Microsoft, there are a lot more tools, a lot more apps that actually have similar functions that will help with accessibility. It's just
Ah,
that Malaysians might not know them. I mean, that's why I am here to
ah,
actually advocate for that and making sure that communication efforts are inclusive for everybody.
yes, I think it's a very great initiative because we have, as you mentioned just now, how many people around the world? 8 million, 8 million
Um,
that
for
cerebral.
cerebral palsy, we have 18 million worldwide, and
Wow.
in Malaysia, we do have um, based on the CRPD, which is Conventions for People with Disabilities, we do have estimation of 14 to 15% of the population actually classified having certain type of disability. So
Ah,
actually, we do have significant percentage of Malaysians who are actually disabled.
yeah.
It's just
Quite a
that
number. Yes.
some of the situations you cannot see them because there are a lot of stigma for people to register themselves as being disabled, because it's not that easy to live as a disabled person in Malaysia, as I've mentioned. So
Yes.
there's a
Because
lot of
there's no much
stigma.
awareness, doctor. Like what he
Yeah.
mentioned, when went to Australia, the people there look at you, they treat you normal, and because the awareness has been created.
Mm,
So I
mm,
think what
mm.
our government should create more awareness. Not enough, not enough. I'm not telling they are not doing it. Like
Yeah.
people like you taking so much of initiative, and effort to do it. But I think should be done more. More organizations should come in and work, collaborate with you and do it. I think so. You should like. I think women do better work when come to this side of societal, whatever involved in
Issues. Yeah.
society. Yeah,
Of course. Of
society
course.
issues. So I think maybe you should also collaborate with many women organization. We have the political organization where they have women's special division for women, AMNO women, MIC women, all other women. So we have to bring in this force, and also from also universities, they have societies.
Yes.
We should get all these people and create awareness. You know, and again, our people are too busy for anything else other than going to work and their family. Even they don't have time for family nowadays. You see, that's why we see there's a lot of bully case. You know,
Mm.
not only those who are being bullied, those who bullied are also having problem. Otherwise, they
Yes,
won't do
yes.
that.
I
So
won't
this,
bully
yeah,
bully other
yeah,
people. Yes.
yeah, they seek attention because they don't have what they are expecting from the family. So a lot of the work has to be done in our community, especially creating awareness of all these negative incidents which is happening around us. Yeah, thank you, dear. So may I know if you have written any books or any research journals? I'm very sure you have done it. Yeah, magazines, or is there any special journals which you think you can share with us?
So a lot of my writings and my academic writing is more or less about journalism, but I do collaborate with. Last year we collaborate with University Malaya. I collaborate with University Malaya to actually write a paper about caregivers' perspective on taking care of our kids with people with disabilities,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So and we also did one study that specifically revolves around caregiving and cerebral palsy children. So That is like my two academic papers that I collaborate with University Malaya to actually write on. The others are mostly about journalism and media, but I write a lot of articles in the newspaper, both Malay and English,
Wow.
regarding inclusivity in Malaysia and how it can be improved.
Wow, that is great. That is great. I think I would be very interested to read your articles, Dr. Mastura. So maybe you can share with me some. If you think that you want others to read your articles, you can also share with me, and I'll post it on my LinkedIn and my social media as well, on my
Of course.
FB page. Yeah, because we have FB page. It's also live there now, so our audience can get access and read to your books and get to know you better. Okay, thank you for that great answer. And again, can you share with me who do you regard as your mentor when you're young,
Uh,
especially when
uh, Okay, in terms of mentor, I think the biggest influence in my life would be my mom.
of course,
Uh,
yes,
of course, because
yes,
I have a lot of people help me. Of course, my family all are helpful and supportive. But I think the most obvious one, the most prominent one, will be my mom because she will be the one who actually went through all the process, me fighting my right to go to school and whatnot. Right, so I think that is like a testament of her commitment towards me and making sure that I am okay. And besides that, my dad also becoming very supportive also. But then he is always on the background side, you know.
yeah.
Uh,
Mothers are
she's
always like that. They are there. They are there
they
for
are
every
there. They
step,
are there for every
but
step.
they
But
normally
then
they are very quiet. Yeah, they
yeah,
are
very
always
quiet,
behind our mom.
very on the background. But yeah, he's
Yeah,
still very supportive as well. I think those two people have been very instrumental in making sure that I am the person who I am today. Besides the support of my siblings, my friends, and my employers, my former employers, those who are actually giving me opportunities when they are very scared,
yeah,
including my current one. As I've mentioned, the current situation is okay, but like I've always mentioned to people, there are always room for improvement. And
yeah.
like even in my university, I always try my best to make things a little bit more open.
Mm,
I would like to actually congratulate them to actually have make the campus more inclusive and more disabled friendly to a lot of PWD categories. So because I have been in UPM close to 10 years, so I can see the growth that they have in terms of accepting diversity in terms of ability.
okay. Yes, really, all your answers are really very interesting and very insightful. Okay, doctor. Now, I think it had been quite heavy for you from the beginning. So let's go to rapid fire. Just have fun a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So just have fun a bit. Okay. If you could go to any country tomorrow, you have been to Australia. Okay. What are
Yes.
other countries you have been?
I've been to Australia, to Thailand, to Indonesia, to um, I think overseas, Singapore,
Ah,
and I'm going to China next year, and
oh, that's
yes, and I'm also going to Peru next year. So I haven't been traveling outside as much, but I've been to a few countries, and I think Malaysia is actually doing well in terms of accessibility because some of the countries not doing so well, meaning to say like if you
terms.
are going for a more advanced country or more developed country, of course they are more advanced than Malaysia, but like let's say for example you are going to a developing country, it has
Thailand.
bigger challenges than Malaysia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I think like we in Malaysia, we have very good internet connection because I'm all the time, many years on online, conducting a lot of events, speaking at many events. I see that many countries they still don't have good internet connection,
Mm.
especially in Africa and even
Mm.
some Europe countries. You see, that it's not stable and all that. So we are really blessed in Malaysia. We are very blessed to be Malaysians. I will never look up to any other country. I will never look up to. Although we can go to other countries for holidays and
Yes.
all that,
Yeah.
but whatever it is, Malaysia is a heaven actually
Malaysia
for
is
us.
home.
It's a true home and it's heaven, even compared to Singapore. Malaysia is a wonderful place because we got life. We can buy how many cars we want. We can buy how many houses we want. As long you can pay the bank, nobody can question you, right? You can afford, you can pay the bank, you can buy how many cars, houses, how much assets you want to own. We have the freedom here. That's so wonderful. And we have food all the time, 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah,
24 hours. I
24
think
hours.
that's just like Malaysian trademark. Like food is
Yeah,
available 24 hours.
yeah, 24 hours. And not only one type of food, we have international food and even our local food because we are multiracial uh, uh, country. We have different type of foods and even we cook different type of food at home. Our food is also like, it's not like purely Malay or Indian. Like you say, like,
Yeah.
I'm an
It's a
Indian.
fusion food.
Yeah,
Like
fusion.
every fusion food.
I'm an Indian. Sometimes I cook Chinese food. Sometimes, I cook Malay food. And I, of course, cook Indian food. So, we have all this privilege. Even you go out, step out of your house, what food you want, you can get. That makes Malaysia heaven even for tourists. And many foreign students are here to study. And of course,
Yes.
Malaysia is always 3 times cheaper than Singapore. You get the same thing what you get, okay, but at 3 times cheaper than Singapore. So that makes Malaysia now becoming, it is already an educational hub, right, Doctor?
Yes, yes,
It's
yes,
already,
definitely.
yeah, and become the uh, first choice for many foreign students.
Yes.
If they want to come to
Currently,
Malaysia to study, yeah, please share. Yeah,
For Southeast Asia, Malaysia is actually ranked first in terms of having the largest number of foreign students coming from various countries. Because
yeah,
last year I was involved with the development of the higher education blueprint. So that's where I get to know all the statistics and I can actually understand the performance and the direction and appreciate the effort that Malaysia has done actually to make sure that our higher education is actually recognizable globally, very
yes,
very recognized. And I've never thought of that before, my involvement with the higher education blueprint, because I do feel that Malaysia has many international students, but I didn't actually go deep to understand why. So after I become the member of writers who actually write the blueprint, I realized that Malaysia has been the number one choice actually in Southeast Asia, among Southeast Asian countries, for
yeah.
for international students to come and study.
Yes, exactly, Doctor. Exactly. Because here now you see our education here is also good when come to tertiary education. We are in par with many countries
Yes,
internationally, and the cost wise we are very cheap.
yes.
Yeah, reasonable
A-
cost.
Actually, not to say very cheap. I mean, in terms of, because I'm
Yeah.
doing a little bit of finance over there, it's like very cheap. So actually, the government are looking at revising some of the conditions so that we can stay a little bit. Not to say profitable, but because you see, Malaysian universities, particularly public universities, are rather in a condition where they have to upgrade facilities. So
Yeah.
if they are able to increase a little bit in terms of their fees, they can actually use that fees increase to upgrade facilities. It's not so much
Yes.
on making
Exactly.
money, but to
Yeah.
upgrade the facilities.
Yeah, I do agree with what the plans are, because yeah, because you when you increase the cost a bit, then we can give better
Uh,
facilities for the
yeah,
students as well,
yeah,
you know. And of course we got to survive. Yeah, and then in terms of lifestyle, you know, we have a very easygoing lifestyle, you know. You see, we have a lot of public holidays because of the three races. And even compared to
yes, yes,
Singapore, why I compare to Singapore is that Singapore and Malaysia is, we have Indians here, we have Indians there, because they were Malaysia before, right? They were
yeah, yeah,
Malaya before, and they have
yes, yes,
separated away. That's all. Otherwise, the people are the same. So the lifestyle here is much more easier, you know, compared to Singapore. If you see, you go into any public transport, you can see people still smiling.
yes.
Although they're not talking, you can see their face. Uh, it's normal. They are calm. You know, they don't have uh, like a stressful face. You know, of course, one or two will be there. Of course, now life is so hectic, but it is not the same if you go to Singapore. People move very fast, walk very fast. In Malaysia, no, we are very relaxed. You know, they only run and walk very fast when they have to catch the train or something, you know. Other than that, they are very relaxed, and
Very
also,
chill, very chill.
yeah. So that's why in Malaysia, Malaysia becomes the best choice. Yeah, good. So coming to next, one book or movie that inspired you the most.
I think the best movie that I have watched, and I have watched it time and time again,
Ah,
is
ah.
Pursuit of Happiness. The Pursuit of Happiness by
Pursuit
Will
of
Smith.
Happiness. I thought somebody, yeah, somebody did share with me. I think my
And
panelists before.
Devil's West Prada. That's two movie. Like one is a little bit heavy, which is Pursuit of
Ah,
Happiness, and then other one
ah.
is Devil Wears Prada.
Is it
So
an
that
English movie? English
Yes,
movie.
it is by
Oh,
Anne Hathaway, and it is a movie about a magazine mogul. So
ah,
Anne Hathaway's character is the assistant of the fashion editor. So I like
mm.
that because it shows perseverance. I mean, both movies show a lot of perseverance, which kind of like relates to me in a lot of ways. So yeah, I
Wow, that's
mean, you
interesting.
always.
I should watch. Yeah, I should watch, Doctor. Maybe you can WhatsApp me these two movies and who's the maker, so that I will have the opportunity to watch. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
will do, will do.
must be interesting. Yes, great, great, fantastic. So our audience also will get ideas. They also will start to watch. Okay, coffee or tea? What fuels your work days?
I
Coffee
would
or
actually have a, because I do not have preferences. It depends on my mood.
oh,
So
okay.
when I need something to wake me up, definitely latte.
Uh-huh.
When I need something to rest a little bit, because like tea has this calming effect, right? So I
Yes, yes.
like my peppermint tea and green tea. So
Uh-huh.
usually coffee is used when I have to have a fast paced meeting or fast paced day, and then the tea is for me to slow down a little bit and to unwind a little bit. So it has somewhat a different effect to me. So I
Okay.
use it for a different function.
Wow, interesting answer. So because most of my panelists either answer one of it, you know, but you have answered both. Yeah, that's good. That's also interesting. All the answers here are right. Okay, so if you have to describe yourself in one word, what would it be? If you please have your coffee. No
Yes,
problem. Yeah. If you would if you would describe yourself in one word, what would that be?
resilient.
Resilient, exactly. Yes. Yeah, resilient. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, next will be one. What's one teaching or academic related fact that always amazes you? Because you're lecturing on
Um,
and all that. So, what amazes you about your teaching?
uh, the thing that actually amazes me about my teaching or the teaching profession, for example,
Profession. Yes, yes.
um, I actually always amazed on how my actions it's not my words, but it is usually the teacher's actions or the lecturer's actions that can really move the student. It's not so much
Mm.
of the words, but sometimes or most of the time they will actually observe what I do instead of listen to what I say. So
Okay.
for the things that they found beneficial, they would actually emulate it, and actually like 5 years down the road they will say, oh, I still do what you tell me to do in terms of action. Like let's say for example, I give them tips on how to study hard. They don't
Ah,
really actually listen to me on the tips on how to study hard, but they will
ah,
actually because usually in my class I would ask them to do reflection, right? So
ah,
actually they remember all the action, all the step by step things that we are doing in class, the action,
oh,
rather than what I said during the time. So it is always like amazed to me, like even after graduation sometimes they will drop by my office and say, doctor, I still remember how you do this and how you do that.
wow.
So that is like sometimes or most of the time very moving, because I've never thought that will be because basically I'm a person that I always do because I want to do it. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily to influence anyone. So when I heard them actually recognizing that, I feel so touched actually.
Like example, what maybe one of you can quote one incident where the student said
um,
what? Yeah.
Okay, there's one of the activity of all of my class is the tree diagram exercise. Okay,
Oh.
one of it is a tree diagram exercise. So the
Uh-huh.
aim of the tree diagram exercise is to actually to spark their critical thinking. So the
Mm.
tree diagram exercise consists of the root of the tree, the bark of the tree, as well as the leaves or the top part of the tree. So at the bottom, at the root, we actually discuss what are the root causes, and then the middle we actually discuss what would be the process like, and then the top will be basically what are the effects. So the application of those things or the templates that I gave them for activities, those are the things that they remember and they still use it even after their graduation.
Yeah, yeah, it's very effective. I see the way you describe things. When you are actually like this example you are giving, it's just like when as you are narrating it, you know, I can see it in as diagram. You
So,
see,
yeah,
this is effective
I
teaching.
find it like an awe. So you still remember it? It's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, they always like say, thank you for teaching us that, because actually those templates or diagrams help them to think better. Because I
Yeah.
do feel like students nowadays just need a little bit more like guidance. Um,
Yes.
they are not like my generation where I have to memorize things, start to
Memorize everything. Yes, the
memorize
techniques are very
things.
important. The
So
techniques.
there's not much technique, but just
Ah,
memorizing. But now I'm
ah,
trying my best to actually ask them to use certain techniques to organize their thoughts, because right now we have
ah,
information
yeah.
overload, right? We do have too many
Yes.
information. We do not know how to
Ah,
organize them. So the tree
yes.
diagram actually helps them to actually think critically and organize their information that they got more
The root,
effectively.
bark, and leaves.
And then the leaves. So basically, the root is basically the root. What are the factors? The bark is basically the process, and the leaves would be the effects. So that's a multiple exercise that we use for different topics. And at the end of week 14, and I thought like after the 14th week, they don't even remember it anymore, because basically I thought they would actually just do it for the final exam. But then,
Ah,
like, if I saw former students coming visit me and stuff, and basically one of the things that they would remember the most is that tree diagram.
Ah, okay. Three diagram. Yeah, now I also can remember what you are mentioning. Very easy to remember, very simple and very interesting. You see, another thing, I think I'm very sure your students respect you a lot. That's why they can also focus on you, what you say and all that. Okay, now next, because I'm just concerned about you whether you is it too hectic for you, too many, too long online?
It's fine. I'm used to
Fine.
have like 2 hours lectures on the straight, so
Ah,
it's fine. Yeah.
okay, okay. So I don't want to text you. I'm worried about that. Okay, I'm very concerned about that because okay, thank you. So fantastic, fantastic. I'm also learning a lot from your sharing. You're such an inspiration. Okay, so next will be if you could have dinner with any ministers of the past, present, local minister or foreign minister, whoever, who would you like to have dinner with?
I would like to have dinner with Nelson Mandela because I want to understand how he can actually, because before the independence of South Africa, right? He was in
Yes,
prison before he
yes,
was basically being elected as the president. So how can he move past his experience and um, having such an open heart to actually um, make the foundation of South Africa as the nation that it is now. I'm saying that because out of this apartheid experience, South Africa has been very, very solid. Not only, I mean, of course, economically, you can't really compete with developed countries.
yep,
But if you can see like how they are, their thoughts about humanity, their thoughts about being fair, their thoughts about you know how the people grasp like we are together, we are all as one. It's somewhat inspiring because
inspiring.
it's basically also reminded us like of Malaysia, right? Because we
Yes,
always
yes,
say like we wanted to have unity and whatnot. So, but like I said, why Nelson Mandela? Because he has been a prisoner for a long time before he
yeah,
became the president, and his spirit actually becomes the foundation of everybody in South Africa. I mean, technically, becoming more accepting of one another, the same concept like Malaysia has. And
yeah.
another one person that I would like to actually have dinner or have a conversation with, in terms of ministers, would be Tunku Abdul Rahman. I mean,
Oh,
basically,
okay.
I wanted to know like how actually he convinced everybody to from these different races, different backgrounds, different beliefs, different everything, but
Yeah.
to actually sit down and live together as what Malaysia is today.
Yes, yes, exactly. Dr. Masura, I would like to share this one thing. I always, I don't, people like us, we don't really into social media other than our work. We are there because of work. It's not because we have, too much time, free
Too
time
much time.
to
Yes,
scroll.
yes, yes.
Yes,
I
huh?
would agree.
But
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Like me, I just recently installed TikTok just for my work purpose to advertise my program, my space program, and I see that there's a lot of good things you can learn. There are also very very funny things, very lousy things, which I think we should not even spend time watching. But you have people from all walks of life, but again we have to be selective, right? So when
Yes.
I went into TikTok, I did see a lot of things to learn how to use a lot of things, especially I like cooking, baking. So I'm following many of these. This is like can say my hobby. But as we see that in our country, I also observe this, although many Malaysians, especially Malays, we can see our Malays, guys and girls, dancing for Indian songs. Even I wouldn't do that. I'm selective about Tamil songs and all that. But many Malays, you see, and then I also see some videos about Indian family looking after a Malay
A Malay kid, a
child,
Malay child, yeah.
and the child speak Tamil.
Tamil, yes.
Yeah, Malay child speak Tamil, and Chinese who adopt Malay children. So actually, we are actually good people here in Malaysia. Only the politicians and some people, with evil intention, bring up, fuel up the
Yes.
uh, racist elements of racist,
Mm-hmm.
in our country. But actually, we
Mm-hmm.
are not divided people. We are very united, happy people, actually. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to look to the minorities, the small group who are doing all this mess in our country. We see on the whole. It's really wonderful experience for me on TikTok. I watch all this and say, oh my God, I'm as an Indian, I don't even listen such song. And I see the way they enjoy it. Wow, this is Malaysian spirit. Thank you, dear. Thank you for this amazing answer. Okay, describe your job in 3 words.
Academic, advocate, communicate.
Fantastic, fantastic, brilliant, brilliant, Sherry. Okay, uh, describe what is outstanding leadership qualities you admire.
Positive attitude. I mean, there are a lot of qualities, but if you want me to actually choose one, positive attitude wins all the way, all the time.
Yes, of course. That is the, I can say that is the main thing. You may have all the qualities. If you are not positive, you don't have positive thinking, that you are not positive about whatever you go through, then it's going to be difficult to follow with the rest. Yes,
Yes.
fantastic. You hit the nail well. Okay, what changes would you want to see happen in Malaysia? Maybe one or two?
Uh,
Up to you.
One change I would like to see more acceptance for people with disabilities. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's one thing.
Yes,
And then
yes.
another change I would want to to see happening is how we care for the environment, because I do feel that Malaysians sometimes becoming complacent. You have
Yeah.
this beautiful nature, but not many people are actually feeling responsible to take care of the nature.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly, exactly. I think because Malaysia, we it's a beautiful country. I see a lot of tourists. When they always say, even I watch certain podcasts, YouTube channels. People are telling Malaysia is a beautiful country, wonderful country, and people, many foreigners who come and live here, they refuse to go back. They go back
Mm.
only for holidays. They want to
Mm.
stay here. They want to
Mm.
settle down here. You see,
Mm.
so we have to preserve our nature and all, not only for us, um, uh, to uh, to bring in more foreigners and all, for ourselves, for our generation.
Yeah, for
I
our
know,
next generation, yes.
next generation, we got to live in a very good environment. And I think we are very, if, even if you compare to our neighboring countries, we are very blessed. We have everything balanced. We are not living without even water resources here. We are not taking water from sea, you know we are having
Yes.
natural resources here. God has
Yes,
blessed us
yes.
with, enough rain and all the resources, natural resources. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
every day, every Malaysian's got to be thankful for whatever we have in this country. This is a very blessed country. And don't buy the
Yes.
ideas of what you see on social media that Malaysian country is racist, that and this. We are very united and happy people. Thank you, Dr. Mastura. Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you, Prof.
Mastura.
Dr. Esther. Thank you.
It has been a wonderful session, wonderful
Thank you
session
so
to
much.
have you. And I'm looking forward to have you on my professional masterclass later, because I have
Thank you.
a few queuing up. They already booked their slots like for 1 month. And now I've been having for 3 months a professional masterclass under research. Uh, Topics. So after this will be business. After that, I would like to have you on our our platform at least once a week. So you can suggest a nice topic which you want to share. which can educate our locals and also global audience in academic, like
I
especially like education.
Yes, yes, I appreciate your kind gesture and this opportunity. May will have the opportunity to collaborate soon. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Masura. Dear audience, there you are. Wonderful, right? I'm very sure you have enjoyed the answer. Her answer, we had all very interesting, very prominent figures appearing as our panelists. Let it be uh, foreign panelists. And now I'm so amazed. I'm so taken up with all my panelists from Malaysia. We have wonderful people. I'm very happy because I got an opportunity to meet all these wonderful people and bring them. But this is my heart desire. This is actually my heart's desire. I thank God for this establishment of my heart desire that although I'm a multi award winner internationally, I have many contacts internationally. I brought in many panelists, guests, speakers from all over the world. But my desire to have Malaysians on board has established, and I have all this while invited fantastic people to share their views. So through this is a window to the world about Malaysians. Yeah, thank you so much, dear audience.
Thank you
We'll meet
so
again.
much.
Yeah, they will meet again with another panelist. Next week, I will have to. Next Friday, I'll be attending as a panelist on an international podcast. Yeah. So next week we won't have our coffee with Estera. The following week perhaps. So thank you, Dr. Mastura, again. Thank you. Happy weekend. Happy
Thank you
holidays.
so much,
Have a
Prof.
good
Dr. Esther.
time.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.